Ciao, welcome back to Primo Calcio. A disaster for Italy versus Norway. We're going to cover it today, break down some of the plays, what went wrong, what we can do, and we're going to discuss a little bit of the coaching changes here with Spalletti. So I am Michael here with Anthony. How are you doing?
Oh, I love talking about the national team, even when they suck. It's my favorite part of European football.
Yeah. Today we're gonna try to go through this and actually show a little bit of clips because we just think it's very, very important as far as how they're playing and just kind of go through the goals. So we're just gonna cover the 3 goals here, discuss those first before we go into the more overarching themes. Let's start at goal number 1 for
Well, is
Norway here.
this our new field view technology
Oh
presented
yeah,
by Tampax?
it is. Yep,
It
this
can
is
flow, but no
amazing
one has to
technology.
know Tampax.
It's brand new. It's probably the highest tech you've ever seen out there. So
Yeah, it is.
yeah, watch out, guys.
You can't get this anywhere else.
No, you can't. Only on Primo Calcio, probably the biggest Calcio podcast there is. Okay,
Huge.
let's get going here. So right here on goal 1, you see Rovella. Being alone is a theme, by the way. So you got Varela sitting here, Tonali sitting here.
Look at this space, dude.
Yeah. Let's start with that because we're going to talk about space every time here. Check out this nice circle. It's just wide open. Nobody's here, right? And really, Rovella should be here and Barella should be here. That's how it should be. However, Barella's probably way out of position. See, he had a terrible game. Tonali had a terrible game. He should be back here. There's no support here. This is wide open. So, Rovella is here. Okay. I don't know this guy's name, but he makes a little move. Doesn't really fully get around him, but does enough. But watch that on the back end here. We're going to go back just a dash.
Look at my man Bastoni.
Yeah, we give him a lot of flack. I disagree that he's a top defender, but we also don't think there are top defenders. So, just a guy. Check him out. Just watch his focus. Watch his focus or lack thereof. There we go. He's the one keeping the guy inside. Obviously, he's looking at him. And then immediately, hand goes up. Rather than playing the game and trying to cut him off, working harder. Like, why isn't he running harder here? He's sauntering. Hey, it's offside. It's so bad.
Yeah. Okay. So Coppola's slow. Coppola's a 20-year-old kid playing his first match for Italy. Everyone knows he's slow. He also had by far the most clearances out of I think he had 15. Our next highest defender had 2. So he didn't have a bad game. So people can cry all they want. But yeah, this is not good marking from Coppola. This was bad Coppola. No. Horrible on Bastoni. And the overall shape of this, how this all transpires, is an absolute disaster.
Where's Bastoni looking right here?
He's looking at the offside guy, maybe. Maybe he saw a hot babe.
Yeah, he's looking at the corner flag. He's
maybe saw a hot guy,
and then he finally comes back here. Okay, like, oh, here's a runner right here. Okay, I'm gonna run slower now.
Yeah, just keeps him outside. Coppola thinks he's got him off.
Just in case this doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Look at Udogie. Look at his effort on Holland.
Doggy's got him. Don't worry.
Look at his effort on Holland.
He's so far behind him.
Saunter, and runs. He's smoked.
Well, the best part is Holland just runs right in front of him. It's not like he made a sneaky run. He just ran right in front of him with absolutely zero.
He didn't have to battle him. He didn't have to do anything. So if Sorloth doesn't want to shoot here, he could easily pass. Bastoni's spacing out, trying to get a call from the ref. Udogie's lazy. Donnarumma doesn't come off his line in time. So this is awful. And Coppola didn't mark him well enough.
Correct.
Man, and Rovella was not cutting off the angle well enough for being the only guy back. And Tonali and Barella were sloppy and lazy and nowhere to be seen. Yeah. It's literally a team of errors here. I can't see one person.
No Zappacosta here, by the way. Don't know where he's at.
Oh yeah, he's always gone. He's just playing attack.
It's also a theme.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. If you want to watch it from this second view here.
Oh, this is the second.
Better.
Yeah, here we go.
Just watch this hand go up.
So Coppola's got him offside right now.
Yep, but Bastoni, clearly he's in line.
Yeah.
That's what. Look at this.
This is on Bastoni. All day.
That's such whiny play. This is not the behaviors of a winner.
No. No, that's not what an
He
adult
wants to call.
male should be doing. Yeah.
He wants
Yep.
to call. He doesn't want to play the game. And just look at this. It's sauntering. He's not even booking it just in case Halan gets the ball.
Nope. No concern.
Yeah.
Just watching the ball. They're just ball watching.
This is lazy. Wow. All right. We go to goal 2. Spacing was bad. Individual marking was bad. It was all bad.
Okay.
Okay.
Goal number 2.
We're gonna start from
this is
here.
also presented by Tampax. A one size fits all.
Here we go. Okay, so bad off the ball. Ravella once again here. Check out the midfielders. Nowhere to be found. So now he's kind of sauntering back
Casual
here.
jog back.
He's
no
not
Barella
here.
again.
Barella's somewhere else, somewhere off.
Wait,
off
where's
the distance.
Costa? Is he around?
No, he doesn't play. He just does his thing.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. That's cool.
Once again, nobody here. There's no D mid here. So Bastoni is stepping up to cover some space for some reason. There's nobody even here. Yes.
That's a good look at that beautiful
job.
defensive shape. Look at that structure that we have.
This is the D mid's job to cover this, not Bastoni's.
But he's got to come over and cover for Barella. You know, he's got to get on that, and then Di Lorenzo offers zero help. And then there's a poor angle here from Ravella after he had to run around the other Norwegian.
Yeah.
Right?
So really, what Barella should be doing right here is not chasing his tail. He's going here. He's sprinting here because when he tries to make this move on Di Lorenzo, Ravella should be waiting for him. Di Lorenzo, what is he doing? You see how he's facing? I just like
he is a bad defender. We've been saying this for years now. I mean, all he does for Italy is costless goals.
Yeah,
this is not his ideal position by any means.
I just all right. So when you learn any sport, you learn defensive marking, and you want to push somebody to the outside. What way should you be facing? He's literally inviting him to cut in.
Yes, he is.
He's inviting him to cut in because you can obviously he can run to his outside way faster right here. He's already facing that way than he can to the inside. Where's more dangerous? Inside. So what does this guy do? Well, I'm gonna cut inside. And what does he do? Because he has to make a gumpy turn. Well, he cuts in and he literally takes out Ravella. Like, this is so bad.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god. And then Tonali is still sauntering because he wasn't actually playing like a nice D mid spot. He was just doing his thing. I don't know what's happening here. There's no defender to be found. These guys are marking air. All right, we got. This is bad.
Go back a step. Yeah,
really worse than I thought. So
yeah, it's terrible.
Coppola should be stepping forward here, and Bastoni gives me him on Han. So Coppola really should be covering this at this point. Yeah, he's the guy cutting in. That's the threat. That's your most immediate danger, and he just waits. Far too late. This is my favorite modern defending.
Yeah, the butt block. I love the butt block.
The hands behind the back because they're so afraid of a handball that they don't actually. Yeah. You can't be athletic like that. People got to stop this whole thing.
Yeah. This is his club level coach does it to him, and Spalletti is doing it to him. This is how you're supposed to defend now in 2025. Put your hands behind your back like you're going to jail, and stick your butt out like you're actually in jail.
Yeah, this is the modern way of defending, and it's a nice shot. I mean, Donnarumma was not good though this game.
Yeah, he was not.
It was savable. The first one was savable. Last one was savable too. But
yeah,
yep. So there you go. Let's go.
That's goal number 2. Presented by Field Vision.
Goal 3. Put it over here. So we got to go to.
Yeah. You got it, baby. Goal number 3. It's at 8:35, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So here we go. Ready? Tonali's laying on the
let's
ground.
just look at. Yeah. Tonali's up there. He failed on a counterattack because he dribbled way too far in front of him. Then he fell on the ground and grabbed his hip.
And properly, the ref did not call it. Yeah, Barella's gone. This is actually Raspadori here.
Where's Zappacosta?
He doesn't play. He's gone.
Same 2 guys, and all 3 goals are not even on the screen.
Yep, doesn't exist this game. So you have this nice look at the alertness here too. Walking backwards, facing away. He's not in any type of position. He's not on the balls of his feet. Same with Coppola. So lazy. So, anyways, we have Ravella again trying to manning the zone by himself, right? Because his 2 midfielders are doing God knows what. Raspadori, even though that's not his role, should be covering this guy and saying, "Hey, I'm the only one here. I got to cover this because there's so much space here." Well, if you think this is a lot of space, just give it a second. Ravella makes the wrong call when you're alone.
Oh my God, there's so much space.
Ugh. This really frustrates me. So from everybody, but when you're alone, we just talked about this a little before, and you need to play the shield and slow down the play. Because if you make a challenge and you fail, it's over. He needed to back up here. Rovella needs to just shield it, back away, slow down the play, and play D mid. Instead, he steps forward. Done. Nobody helps out.
Look at the track back though. Look at that nice, casual jog.
Do you like this space? This lovely box of space?
Beautiful.
There's 0 D mids in this game. Look at Zappacosta trying hard. Trying real hard. Look at this jogging.
This is like how you coach children's soccer.
Here comes our boy, because he just can't stop but being involved in goals. Here's Bastoni. Here he is. All right, what are you going to do? You got two
what
choices.
should I do right now? There's a guy getting in behind me. I'm getting run at by 3 players who are completely unmarked. What should I do?
And this is just
definitely step forward.
Lack of communication between these 2 guys.
Yep.
And lack of effort from Udoji.
Well, you shouldn't be stepping up there. This isn't good.
It's not good, but if you're gonna step up, then your teammate needs to know. All right, now I need to cover this man. Right? You have 2 choices. Either Bastoni follows him, and this guy kind of covers and plays and doesn't step up, but a little bit to slow it down, or you're stepping up a little bit, and Coppola covers. None of that happened. So what happens is he steps up. Udoji doesn't run to cover it up. Coppola doesn't run to cover it up. Bastoni is stepping up very weakly, I may add. And that's it. Al Holland's free. There's nothing to be found here.
And look at the effort from Udoji.
Look at him go. Watch him walk.
Yep, go. Just give up. He just totally gives up, and then look what happens. If he just keeps running back, he can get that. He can get that ball.
Boom. Empty space. If Udoji runs here, well, Holland has to actually go back outside. So Udoji's probably here. He might be able to make a play. It's a possibility. Nobody cares.
You know what? You gotta try.
Nobody cares.
There's no effort.
Nobody cares. But this is what we are left with, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's we're gonna get into why this stuff happens, but in a little bit, I'm sure. But that's just laziness, incompetence. It really just truly a bunch of people just didn't want to have. Didn't want to play for the shirt that day. They just weren't in the mood to play.
I'm gonna resize
for the beloved
here.
Italy.
We can look at Spalletti now.
Yeah, man. Let's watch Spalletti's tears.
All right. So, honestly, it was a calamity of errors. Italy played so bad. That's probably some of the worst I've seen them play.
Yeah.
And combination of things. Some of this we talked about earlier. You got Inter guys who are coming back from a awful loss, like season-breaking loss, record-setting demolition in the Champions League finals. They're not going to be feeling very good right now, and so they're probably going to be bad. And Barella was awful, and Bastoni was awful. They obviously were not good. That's 1. 2, Spalletti just does not coach these guys to play well. They've never played well under Spalletti, and I just don't think he has it for the national team. I don't know, man. I don't like his tactics defensively, midfield-wise. He's very sloppy.
His teams are disorganized in general. They're not very well organized teams, and that's not how you win in international football. That's just not how you do it. He's never, in my mind, he was never the right guy for the job because of that specific reason. You can say you want your guys to play with joy all you want, and that's adorable in 2025, but it's just completely impractical, especially for a team like Italy in the state we're in. We don't need to be playing with joy. We need to be playing with our brains.
No, I mean, yeah, we had a couple main people out, but that doesn't matter. I mean, I don't think there was any problem with Bellanova. Why is Zappacosta playing over Bellanova? You know why?
Oh no, yeah, exactly.
Like I know
where's
Keane was out.
Where's Bellanova?
Right, yeah, where's Cambiasso? Exactly. Those guys should be in. I wouldn't have chosen a different midfield. They just sucked. I don't think there was a single redeeming person on the field. I actually couldn't pick one guy who's like, yeah, that guy was good.
No, yeah, even the subs were bad. I mean, everything. So there's a lot of people, and they love doing it whenever Italy plays like this. We've been playing a lot lately under Spalletti. They start crying about the talent. I mean, okay, let's be real. Italy definitely has more talent than Norway. This was just a slop show. Unmotivated players and a completely sloppy coach. So we can get that out of the way, and then now we can focus on how bad Spalletti's organization skills are.
Yeah, I mean, I think he chose like formation, and for a few games it actually was working, but as they further and further learn under his tutelage, they have been playing.
Yeah.
Until the breaking point.
Well, we were winning possession at one point, and when we're winning possession, we're not creating chances. Like, okay, yes, why could that possibly be? Well, if you watch us in possession, Di Lorenzo and Bastoni are consistently not just stepping up in the midfield, but especially Di Lorenzo surpassing the midfielders and getting up to attack. Okay, whatever. It's 2025. I accept. But Bastoni, why is Bastoni assuming a Pirlo role and playing Regista? And just go away. Coppola was isolated for like 90% of this game. You got a 20-year-old kid starting his first game from Italy, and you're just going to put him on an island back there. He's also slow, so you know his characteristics. It just doesn't make sense. And the games we played well were when Ricci and Rovella, whatever game it was, were in each had one good example of a performance. They were dictating the majority of the offensive play. This is not happening anymore. Bastoni thinks that his new role is regista. If he doesn't want to play defender anymore, he needs to make that known and just line him up in the midfield.
Yeah, it's way too much. He started doing it for Inter even more so later in the season, and we were gonna do it in our cast, but one of them got blocked. But so many of the goals that were scored later on in the Champions League, like when Barca scored against them, and when were yes, some were because of DiMarco, but a lot was because of Bastoni's positioning. He's getting too aggressive in this, and I know that's how people love to see it because he's very talented with his feet for a defender. But like you still have to play defense, and I'm not just gonna put it on him, but he'll do a higher standard because he is supposedly one of the best defenders out there, and to me, he just hasn't been playing to that caliber. Honestly,
well, he's not a great defender.
Exactly, I just don't think he's a great defender. So
he's never been a great. Now, okay, there are not great defenders. There are no great defenders anymore. None anywhere. There are no great defenders anymore. He is not an exception to this rule. He is also not a great defender. Never has been, never will be. He's too unathletic. He's too weak. He can't read the ball in the air, and he makes stupid plays like we saw today. My issue with him, but everyone does that stuff. All the modern defenders do that stuff. How you overcome that is with great organization, a tactical plan, which we do not have. My main gripe with him is that every time I see him play with Italy now, he's stepping up and he's trying to dictate things in the offensive zone. It's like, dude, stop. And that's coaching. Like, you need to know, just the back three should just spread out, get the ball to the regista, and let the play flow. You need to be there as an outlet.
Coaching. Line spacing is coaching. Roles of like, hey, when attack's coming in, Spalletti's the one who's telling, well, you need to go attack this guy, pressure the guy. No. There's a time and a place, right? And players should be able to adjust this, but your default should be organization, formation. That's how Italy has to play right now. It just is. I'm sorry, we don't have like some wild individual brilliance on this team. We don't have the Totis of the past. We don't have it.
No one does.
You got to play as a team. There's a couple of people who maybe not Totti level, but there's a couple people who have great talents. A few. We don't really have that.
Yeah, your Mal's a good winger. Yeah, I mean, regardless, Italy needs to play a tactically sound game. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And Spalletti is not a coach that does that. He never has been, and it's been showing badly. Now, we had a tough run against a tough match, a couple of matches against Germany. We won one, lost one against France, and everyone's telling me how France is at a golden year and they're the greatest team of all time. So like, it's not as bad as it looks.
It's not. We're not that far off. This was awful, but these guys need to be coached.
Yeah, Di Lorenzo needs to go. Buongiorno needs to start playing again. We need to find. I would put Buongiorno in the middle. Do we want to do this yet, or do we want to wait?
I think we go over this and then we talk about Spalletti last, right? So yeah, let's go personnel second, Spalletti last, and then we'll call it.
I want Calafiore, Buongiorno, and I want to run somebody else on the right side. I don't want. Bastoni needs to ride the pines for a bit, and we'll see how Calafiore does. Calafiore can also play the right side. He's not entirely left-footed, so that's also a myth. But
if Bastoni settles down, right, and he's coached well, you could just run Calafiore, Buongiorno, and Bastoni. But that's if Bastoni settles himself down. If not, he's a hindrance, which is bad. So yeah, you got to find somebody else for it. So of course, I think it should be Cambiaso and DiMarco as your starters. Bellanova as a backup, not Zappacosta. And then who would you back up for left wing back? Because every game I've seen Azzurri play for Italy, at least, He's looked sloppy. He's looked sloppy in
He's
possession. He's looked lazy.
yeah.
I'm not seeing a player who's supposedly worth 30 to 40 million. I'm not seeing that at all.
No, not at all. My issue with Udogie is that he's terrible positionally. He doesn't read the game well at all. And I think we saw it in multiple clips. I mean, he doesn't react to things. He just ball watches. So
Yeah.
I'm not impressed with him at all. I haven't been. I've seen one game where he's played well. You know, Ruggieri's been pretty good. Cambi also can play both sides, so you do have some
Yeah.
options there.
Parisi
I
would
know
be
this.
good as an actual wing back.
Yeah,
He's not a great side, but he's good as an actual wing back. So that's not a bad
yeah.
option.
I like Parisi. Yeah, these are the things we should be doing. I think that our best generation right now, our best chance at building something is players under 25. And this is actually a pretty young team compared to what we usually bring out. I know that's the big fad right now, and everyone's, whenever these players get first pubed, they're just anointed the next greatest thing. But that's not how we've ever done things. We've always had an older team, and there's a reason for that. It's because in order to be tactically sound, you need to also be wise, and we just we're not going to have both, be tactically sound and have wise players if they're all under 25. But I think
Who's your
right
midfield
now,
six?
my midfield six.
Yeah.
My midfield six is definitely Rovella and Ricci. It's as rotating as Regista, let the best man win.
Those two rotate for sure based on form.
Yeah. Yep. My two starters are without a doubt Tonali and Barella.
Agreed.
Absolutely. My backups Frattesi, and I'd be bringing on someone like a Casadei,
100%
one of those
agree.
guys to kind of get in the
You
mix.
can
Like
kind of flex
Sealy.
that last position,
Yeah.
the Casadei position, but I like that as my starting six as well. I agree.
Yeah, that's kind of my six. The real question is up top. If you're going to run,
who's your four?
only two up top.
You're running two up top. Who's your four? I know mine.
I mean, it's for me. It's Keenan Retegui to start. I'm going to have Luca on the bench, and God, can Orsolini play inside like that?
He can, but I think if Chiesa's in form, I take Chiesa. He's a wild card, and when he's on, he's still world class. I think I
agree.
go Chiesa, but if not, then you go Orsolini because Orsolini
I like that.
is very, very solid. So you see how Chiesa's form is, and if it's not great, Orsolini is the guy. I mean, you can bring extra people. You don't just have to run four, but I mean, so you could definitely bring Orsolini, and he should be called. He's had 2 great seasons in a row. So, but that would be my baseline.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I mean, there is an argument to be had for going back to a 4-3-3 right now. I mean, it's just a formation that most teams run. It's very simple. You could be brain dead and run that formation. And we do have guys like Zaccagni or Salini, Chiesa that want to play wing.
Yeah, are there enough wingers? I think so. Orsolini, Chiesa, Zaccagni. Who else? We need one more.
I'm probably forgetting somebody.
Politano. He's solid. Solid
Yeah,
worker.
well, everyone hates him, but you know what? I mean, that's really a good player to make you could still run a 5-3-2 in defense. Similar to what his role was at Napoli. I mean, it definitely worked. So yeah, no, you can run there, and you can even run DeMarco as a winger because I think he's a trash left back.
Yeah,
so I mean, you really could.
Excellent wing back, bad left back because once again he has to focus too much on defensive responsibilities. But yeah, I think that's a possibility. I would still stick with 3-man, but it's a possibility to run the 4-man. Now we go into coaching. That's kind of where we'll leave it off. So big news is that Spalletti has been canned. That's kind of what I thought. There was a lot of debate about, is he going to resign? What's he going to do? I was like, I don't know. Spalletti's pretty stubborn in general. So it seems like he was actually fired. He did not step down. So I'm glad he was actually fired. Yeah. Good on the FIGC to actually do that and get rid of him, because we can't waste any more time. We can't risk another bad game, or Italy's going to fail to qualify for a 3rd time running. Can't take that risk. He's got to go.
We've leaked goals since he's been here. I mean, we have such a horrible goals conceded record under him. It's a no-brainer, and even the idiots that run the FIGC could see that. So good on them for doing the absolutely swellingly obvious. But yeah, now what do we do? Who's your choice?
So there's 3 names. For me, one is way ahead of the rest, but I don't know if he's actually going to come. You got Claudio Ranieri. There is, and then the other 2 names they've been talking about. One I don't know why, but the other one is, so they got De Rossi and Pioli. So I think for me, Ranieri is the easy choice by far. He's going to lock down the team immediately. There's a level of respect that Ranieri commands. It would also be the perfect swan song before he goes and is more of like a director role for Roma and kind of chills a bit. It would be perfect, and we do need a coach with his tactical awareness, his player skills as well. and just his overall writing of the ship and creating a nice solid unit, which he did at Roma immediately this season. That's the
Yeah.
guy. It's not even close. I think Pioli's okay, but for me at Milan, tactically he wasn't great. He did motivate the guys, which I think is more important in a national team, but he wasn't the most organized coach, and I don't love that. He's better than Spalletti goes as far as that goes, but I didn't love his tactics from that point of view.
He's not good enough. No, just no. He's not good enough. We can't have that level on the national team. Ranieri is a top coach. That's makes sense. De Rossi, I mean, they must be joking with that. And then I was thinking, why not consider Palladino? Like, if I think it's because we're so close to the World Cup, but Palladino's sitting there. He works with young players.
If
It's one of those projects
Ranieri can't
things.
do it, I like him better than both Pioli and then De Rossi. You've already lost out on Ancelotti. That should have been the obvious choice. You should have never let him go to
Ridiculously
Brazil,
stupid.
and you should have signed him up to coach for Italy.
Yeah,
That was already
Allegri and
mistake one.
Ancelotti were, dude. Allegri and Ancelotti were sitting there ready
That
to
was
go. I mean,
that was my number two. You should have also
yeah,
taken Allegri before he went to Milan. Those two guys are
yep,
tournament coaches. They're tailor made for the Italy job.
yep, absolutely. This is
But they're both gone.
I
You got one shot left, in my opinion. You've got Ranieri.
yeah,
Mancini's not
no,
coming back. Like I don't think that's gonna happen. I think he wants to go to a club now.
I mean
Maybe
that's not
if
a
not
bad
even that.
idea.
But I mean, at least he would be okay. But I don't think he's been rumored at all. The only three names that I've seen rumored as of today are Ranieri, De Rossi, and Pioli.
Out of the realistic names for us to sign, because Allegri and Ancelotti are gone, I think Ranieri, Palladino, and Mancini are my top three, and I think that Ranieri and Mancini take the cake because we're so close to the World
I'm
Cup.
definitely with you
I
there.
don't think you have time to get Palladino in
I
the
just
mix.
haven't heard those two names, so I can't even
No, I
say
haven't either.
realistic because I have not seen them linked.
And I don't think Ranieri's realistic. I think he's done. I think he wants to be
That's
done. He keeps trying to retire.
that's what I'm feeling. Because he is now in a very nice spot at Roma where he's going to have some good say, but he doesn't have to do
Yeah.
the day-to-day managerial work, which he doesn't want to do that anymore. So he's in a role that's really for his career timeline he probably wanted to be in a long time ago. He seems done, but hey, he did a magical thing with Roma. He did all he could. I don't think he's coming, man. I think we need
Xavier
him.
Ranieri.
I don't think he's coming.
No, I don't think he is either. I think we screwed the
So
pooch.
we're probably gonna get
Like this
Pioli.
guy. Ugh. It's gonna be Pioli.
He'll be better
It's gonna
than
be Pioli.
than Spalletti. I'll tell you that, but it's not gonna be by much. It's just a different version.
No, we're not gonna win a World Cup with Pioli. I mean, that's not.
No,
You know,
no, no, no.
we might not even look good. To be honest with you, I really don't think so. I mean, how, what was he gonna run a 4-2-3-1?
You know it. Yep.
It doesn't make sense for our squad.
You could get by with it, but you don't have an attacking mid.
No,
It doesn't make sense. You could maybe run a 4-3-3, but you can't. You sure as heck can't run. Like, who's your attacking mid?
it's gonna end up being Raspadori.
Right, you're gonna run Raspadori there. You could
Yeah.
run Baldanzi there, who can play. You could run Daniel
Yeah, no, you got
Maldini,
Baldanzi.
who could play, but I don't think they're ready.
Who's the Roma guy? You get Pellegrini. We're gonna dust Pellegrini
Oh,
off.
jeez.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
your
what we're
choice
looking
are
at.
Pellegrini, Maldini, Baldanzi. Like, no.
Yeah.
You could run Patezzi there because he kind of plays there anyways when he
Yeah,
pushes
you
forward.
could. You
He's
could.
kind of more a CM anyways, but
He's gonna force it. It'll happen. I think that would be the best option.
he could do that. He could run Patezzi
Yeah.
there because he'll actually get back in defense sometimes too and won't play pure attacking mid.
Yeah.
So that's a possibility.
Yeah, no, I think it's gonna end up being Pioli. That's just what we're gonna get. That's what we deserve. We shouldn't have kept Spalletti for as long as we did, and now we're here.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
is it going to be enough? Maybe. We'll see. Here's still the hoping that Ranieri signs, or we get like a. I don't know. I'd be okay. I'd be open to like a wild card at this point. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, who we have to qualify for the World Cup. Who can get us through these next 5 games? You know, or 4 games really, because I guess Bloody gets to finish one. He gets to play once. You know,
If
closeout
this game
It's so
goes
strange.
poorly, oh my god, Valdez's legacy is going to go in the toilet. Like he was on a high after Napoli, right? And now this is bringing him right back down to size. It's going to go in the toilet if they fail or tie against Moldova.
Well, he finally won something with Napoli. I mean, he's never won shit except for in Russia, and then he won one with Napoli. And
He's a good almost guy.
Yeah.
He's a nice
Yeah,
like top 4 guy, and that's
This
fine.
was always
That's
too big
fine.
for him.
Like, he doesn't have to be the world's best coach, but that's not who you need on the national team. He can go be a top 4 guy. There's a lot of teams who need that. That's fine.
Yeah, it's what a bummer. It's a shame, and it's definitely the scenario that played out last week. Well, it's the last Friday. Is definitely exaggerated. You know,
Yes.
it's a bad month for Italy.
Yeah, I mean,
We have a
we're
bad
laying it on
coach.
thick right now, but I mean, it's not
Yeah,
that bad. Like the
it's not
past
that bad.
few months, we have not been terrible. That's for
No,
damn
people
sure.
are exaggerating. Yeah,
We
it's
finally
definitely been
have like
exaggerated.
legitimate strikers. The problem is we can't seem to link both at the same time. What I mean by that is we can't seem to link the attack to midfield and fill that space while also filling the lack of proper spacing between mid and in defense. Those two gaps there will sometimes do one right and other times the other one right. When I've seen us play well, we still have yet to do both right, and that is worrying.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and if you look back to our Euro Cup thing, and a lot of people are saying that was a fluke. It wasn't at all. I mean, we had
Played great.
Chiellini and Bonucci that played out of their minds. It's some of the best I've ever seen them play.
The
And they're
Verratti,
what? They're mid and late 30s. You know, Verratti's was what 30 at the time.
Jorginho, no,
Jorginho was
yep,
over 30.
who's a
I
true
mean,
D
we had an
mid.
experienced team. You know, so it's not like we sent a bunch of kids out there and go, oh,
Yes, it was amazing. Like no,
yeah, Case was
you had it. It was a
outstanding.
better team.
Yeah.
Better team.
It was a better team. It was an experienced seasoned team.
We have
And
ability now, but that was a better team.
yeah, we need these guys need to just keep playing and get experience, and they need to be playing important games for their clubs, and it will come together. But it's very frustrating to watch them being coached poorly, and I really don't want to see a guy like Pioli. I don't. We need a tactician. We need a guy who's a disciplinarian, and we need someone to just when they show up to play for Italy, they know what the job is. They know how to play. And that just hasn't been the case in this bloody era.
I also want to see these guys like actually like bleed for the shirt a bit. The lack of effort I saw was almost actually was more disgusting than the crappy tactics because like I don't know, for me it's like that's the highest honor you can have is to play for your country, and nobody treated it like that this past game.
No, that's
It's hard to
we
watch.
definitely have a self-loathing culture, and that there's no doubt about it. But yeah, I mean, what Donnarumma doesn't even play in Italy. You Doggy doesn't play in Italy.
Finale.
Tonali doesn't play in Italy. I mean, it's you know they are strangers out there.
Yeah, I mean, either way, you can still fight hard.
Yeah.
All right, that is all I've got. You got any other final thoughts?
Oh no, I have a lot of thoughts, but yeah, we can move on.
Yeah.
We don't want to.
All
No one
right.
wants to know about those.
We'll be back if there is more news. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe. Take care, and as always, Forza Calcio. Ciao.